I'd like to call the Manchester Community School Board meeting. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Fierstead.
Here.
Is here Mr. Penrod.
Here.
Is here Mr. Orr is here.
Here.
Mrs. Tobias.
Here.
Mr. Raymer.
Here.
Mr. Esposito is absent. And I'm here, 6 of us. Any additions, deletions?
No additions or deletions.
Hearing of patrons, we have no patrons. We love company though, thank you. Tony.
Okay, first recommendation. These are recommendations that we approved on the December 9th board meeting. There is a 10-day notification window that we missed. That notification window disappears in 2026. We no longer have to do it. So we needed to reconvene to take up 2 considerations. One's an additional appropriation resolution, one for education, one for operation, to increase the appropriation amount. As Dr. Stevens explained in his fiscal packet or fiscal letter that he sent out to you guys, and also in the board packet, when the budget comes out, he underestimates appropriations, overestimates revenue. The DLGF then gives us our 1782 notice, which is our budget notice. Then we bring appropriations to match revenue so we can expend those funds to pay bills. So these resolutions are to raise the appropriations to the level of revenue so that we can expend and continue to pay our bills. So the first one is the education resolution, whereas it's been determined that it's not necessary to appropriate more money than was appropriated in the annual 25 budget, and therefore, be it ordained, resolved, Manchester Community Schools Board of Trustees, Wabash County, for that for the expense of the taxing unit, following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the funds named for the purpose specified, so out of the education fund, $2,200,000. You want to do them together or separate?
Let's just do them separate.
Okay.
Motion to approve. Mr. Orr, a second. Mr. Raymer, discussion.
Excuse me. I wasn't here December 9th when you approved it. Am I allowed to then come in and vote?
Reapprove.
Reapprove it?
Reapproving.
Okay.
Yeah, we were out of order.
Because of the 10-day notification in the paper.
Okay.
Any discussion?
And this is not a new measure that we've never did before. We do this annually for additional appropriations.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty standard at the end of the year to raise your appropriation to match your revenue. Mm-hmm. You have bills that come in, you have expenditures that come in. You need to make sure that you have the money appropriated. If you don't, or if your appropriation amount is not, you can't spend it.
Yeah.
And then any unappropriated amount does carry forward. I mean, any unused appropriation carries forward.
Cash. Yep.
And cash balance.
Yep, kind of normal procedure.
Yep.
I think one thing, when you look at this, we've, as far as finances, we've got our teachers where we need our teachers to be. We kind of did the lower base salary raises. We've got, Neola in, we got a polity system in, we got a new financial system in, even with its still shortcomings, but I think, so.
And we're not paying for new buildings.
That's right, and we did a lot to maintain the
the ones
existing
we have.
facilities. I don't know if you guys drive around the school, but I love to drive around. Like our school looks really nice, right? Mm-hmm. So, good work. All in favor?
Aye.
6-0.
The second appropriation is for the operating fund. Reads the same. The amount is $1,323,000 as Dr. Stevens stated. That amount was increased to pay back the tax borrow that we did, waiting for tax revenue to come in. So he doesn't think it needs to be in there because it's not really an appropriation. But as he said in his letter, he likes to make sure he's, got his suspenders on and his belt on and make sure that it's right. So, but same purpose, again, just bringing appropriations up to a funded level of our revenues so we continue to pay our operating expenses.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Mr. Penrod, second. Mr. Fierstead, discussion. So this is the one we transfer into, right, at education and constantly, so.
Now, this is just this is not a transfer to ed to
Right.
op. This is just raising the appropriation in the operating fund.
And the important part to the taxpayers is,
It doesn't, this doesn't impact rate. This is
Yeah.
just appropriating
yeah, no,
for expenses that are gonna come in.
but with these funds, right, we're still looking at a consistent tax rate
Yep,
for the
absolutely,
taxpayers.
yep.
So just making that clear. An approval? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 6-0.
Second item is approval of Kenneth Miller as maintenance director. Mr. Self, Randy Self, Dr. Stevens and I conducted interviews of the candidates that applied, did our due diligence with making reference calls, those individuals. Mr. Miller is not unfamiliar to people as communities coach for us. 14 years in the Navy, working on subs, dealt with pneumatics, hydraulics, electrical, sonar, then worked for 10 years really in the cell tower industry, but not building the towers, actually doing the wiring, the electrical, couple of years in field maintenance, which we use a lot, irrigation systems, field maintenance, and has been working with Warsaw Community Schools for the last several years as a utility maintenance individual doing plumbing, electrical, lawn maintenance, really anything that they need him to jump on. He's done a little bit of drywalling, changing out parts in HVAC, troubleshooting. So I think we felt like he will bring a wealth of experience. And we're going to stay in touch with Jack for a little while here in the transition. Jack's been here so long, he knows all the nuances of this district that keep it looking like it does, like you've all mentioned, our property and how well things are running. So anyway, my recommendation is to approve Kenneth Miller as maintenance director. I think his tentative start is January 5.
Make a motion.
Mr. Raymer makes a motion to approve.
I'll
Ms.
second.
Tobias seconds. Discussion.
Is Mr. Miller, is he a coach maybe within the district?
He's
He's
coached,
in the
he's
past?
done
Okay.
soccer before. I think he's currently doing, helping coach girls at, I believe, MIS.
Okay.
If you don't
But
know
he's-
him, you'll know his voice.
Okay.
His voice is that big booming
Yeah,
voice.
I've been around our community for a long time. I helped us out in a lot of different capacities, and he's excited to get going. We're excited to have him on board.
Big athletics cheerleader out there.
Very
So
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Miller.
I think he actually
got a voice that
announces
carries.
for the
Yeah.
softball team too.
Okay.
As far as semantics with the position, is this an open position? You got to work, does he have some, like, a work requirements or
Yeah,
some
we had a
sort of
we posted a
description?
job description with it. Absolutely.
Perfect. And then the other thing on this, before we approve this, I think, that, as far as the other system we're probably missing that we've talked about for years, right, is like a PM system. As far as putting something, getting assets
And we
in
talked
there.
about that in the interview process, about preventative maintenance and,
Yeah, you're a lean guy now,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Perfect. All in favor?
Hang on.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
When's Jack's last day?
his last day is technically the 31st, officially the 31st
Of
of this month.
That's, yeah. Are they planning anything for him? Or maybe you can't say?
Well, we'd like to. Now, whether we can get him to participate in that will be another thing. But Dr. Stevens and I both have spoke with him too about, he's going to hang on to us. He has a corp cell phone. We said, hang on to it as long as he's willing to answer it. There might be times where we may want him to come in, and if he can spend a day with Kenny, If something arises, that Kenny's not like, hey, talk to me about how, where's this at in our facility? What's the past history that we can resource from him? Because he's been here so long, he's invaluable, but a lot of it's up here. So, but yeah, to answer your question, I'd like to get him here. We're going to see. I'm going to extend it and see if he'll bite on it. But 41 years is a long time to be part of our corporation. Everybody in town knows Jack.
Yeah. And then, Mr. Miller, does he directly report to the principal or to you?
Superintendent.
Okay.
Yep, he's a direct report.
Okay, that's all I had.
We're also doing some restructuring within that position to have him, he will technically be over custodial. So he'll interface with our head custodians, which we've not really had a clear path in the past. So he'll interface with our head custodians, and then they're in charge of their crews respectively at their each building.
The PM will be a big deal. I can't stress enough how important that is to maintain our mechanics and equipment. Otherwise, we're just spending money way sooner than we need to. That's a big deal.
Even in our, as advanced as our industry is getting in Indiana, right, PM's still at.
That's huge.
Preventive maintenance.
Mhm.
So, yeah, but you're taking that class too, right?
Yep.
So, yeah,
Yep.
right on.
That's
All right,
next.
Tony. All in favor? Anything else?
Do we have speaking of that, do we have it's been a little bit since I've been here, so I'm going to talk, Mike.
Hey, talk away.
No, I'm just kidding.
I've been all night. First day, I'm off, baby.
Do we give, like, in this case, Mr. Miller, like a deadline to have that in place, or have you,
Well-
have you lined that out for him, kind of those?
We will be lining that out. We have a system called Nimble that we've been using, and it's gearing up. Nimble allows us to track preventive maintenance items. Well, I don't want to bore you with the whole thing in Nimble, but just real quick. So every room in every building will have a QR code. So if teacher Miller is sitting in their classroom and there's a leak, and they notice a wet spot on their tile on their ceiling, they can snap a picture of the QR code. It's going to load it up to Nimble. It's going to shoot him and others, myself, Dr. Stevens, a text, hey, there's an issue, right? Then when they record it, they can record how they fixed it, how long it took them, et cetera. But it also allows us to track oil changes of machinery, inspections of machinery, when we change filters, when are the next filters due. So we're getting that system up and going. It's been a process. We did sit down with Jack and looked at who all we bring in for certain things that we can't handle. We looked at our HVAC heating system, computerized system, so that multiple people's had eyes on that, because Jack checks that almost every morning to look for troubleshooting. Kenny's familiar with that. He's done that in Warsaw. There's 13 buildings in Warsaw. So yes, to answer your question, I mean, we are in that process of.
Do we pay for seats for that?
No.
Anybody can use it within the
Within the corporation.
corporation?
Now, they'll set up the number of, so your head of maintenance, superintendent, your facilities director, operations guy, Dr. Stevens, Randy, your administrators, like whoever you want those notifications to go out to, you set up accounts for those individuals. But then teacher-wise, you load all your teachers, all your personnel in, and when they see things, then they can upload those. So that instead of, because one of the things that Dr. Stevens has been trying to address since he got here, and then when I came on, is, as part of the reason we did the $3 million first mortgage bond, was to start attacking things that have been neglected, and we're trying to get ahead of that. And that's where, like you said, preventative maintenance is going to become critical.
Do we have all our mechanics uploaded as assets on this platform?
So anything over a certain dollar amount, your tractors, your lawnmowers, your trucks, all those things are loaded in.
Okay.
It's called Nimble.
Right.
Nimble. Nimble or
Well, and
Nimble?
ultimately, right, you got periodic, time-based, you got preventative, usage-based, and then what this allows us to do is do corrective maintenance, right? What continues to break, and then our older, like boilers, that should reduce the severity of the occurrences as well, right? Kids in a classroom, 80 degrees, right? Boiler goes down or something like that.
And we're
So-
starting to look at things like, we know the roof and the gym is going to need attention. We're already looking at and have designed for new entry at MIS. So, yeah, just addressing, keeping our buildings safe, keeping them up to date. Trying to do preventative things to not have things turn into big ticket items because things were neglected.
It should be an inventory management system as well, right? For all your parts, for each mechanical component?
Yeah, and we also had people come in and do, it's like an audit, but they look at for items, say that are over $5,000, for example, right? And so you garner this list. There are companies that go in and do that, and they go into every single building, so you have that asset list.
So also the director would interface with subcontractors?
Yeah, would be involved in all that.
Should be heavy point in construction.
And should be overseeing, making sure they're on point. Plus, often you can pick up some things in the process. So,
Yeah, and this whole discussion, I guess what I was trying to say is, there's some pretty powerful people that made a statement that you can't run a public school like a business, but I beg to differ.
Well,
there's tons of comparisons.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
We're gonna vote on that.
Oh, we
Vote on
voted
Kenny.
on that?
We haven't voted on Kenny yet.
yeah,
Aye. 6.
yep. You know him?
You gotta vote on Kenny.
That was the vote for Kenny.
Vote for Kenny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the other advantage is if he's worked for Warsaw,
Now we can do a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion
Mr.
adjourned.
Penrod, Mr.
yeah.
Spears does. All in favor?
Aye.
We got a paper to sign.
Right.
A paper to sign.
Two of them.
Two, actually.